Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I was posted an hour ago. This week in Destiny. (1/16/2025). This week in Destiny, we are starting to board the Heresy hype train. Choo choo. While our first win back helped us ease into the new year, we've got a flurry of Heresy updates over the next few weeks, starting with a preview on some of the big updates coming to abilities. We've also got dungeon race details as well as the results of the hotly contested Festival of the Lost Armor voting. Let's jump into it. Okay, so we got dungeon race details coming in, Heresy abilities update, past is Prologue event, Festival of the Lost Armor winners, Game to Give 2025. We're a featured creator. Come by on Twitch while we are live January 31st between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Central Time. Don't be late. We're going to be here. We're going to be doing a sabotage dungeon race. We'd love to see you there. Hashtag Destiny 2 fashion feedback update. New emblem for Skorgan. Sundered Doctrine. Sundered Doctrine is going to be the name of the dungeon. And this is the dungeon race right here. Heresy is right around the corner, and with it comes the launch of a new dungeon on Friday, February 7th. Travel to Savathun's throne world and infiltrate Rolk's pyramid ship in the new dungeon Sundered Doctrine. Rolk's pyramid ship in Savathun's throne world? That's gonna be sick, man. Celebrate the launch. We're issuing a challenge to the top fire teams in the world with the Sundered Doctrine dungeon race. As we did in Vesper's host, Sundered Doctrine will have a contest mode. Love that, for the first 48 hours. Providing a most difficult version of the dungeon for the race for any brave guardians who want the ultimate challenge. Myself, Gilly, and Matt will be in a team, as well as 3 others who will complement our raid team. Should we end up doing a raid team, we have 2 different teams for the contest mode dungeon that will end up transforming into the raid team whenever we release a raid for a day 1 contest mode as well. These 2 teams are going to come together, but our first team is going to be myself, Gilly, and Matt, similar to the last contest mode. We learned a lot about each other, and I feel like we can come back and we can do it even better this next time. So this time around, rather than a podium race, we'll be looking to crown the single team that rises to the top and finishes first. With that, we are leveling up the reward, creating something memorable and unique to honor the incredible accomplishment of the winning team. That's why for this race, each winning team member will receive the first ever dungeon race trophy. We'll get a glimpse of this new prize as we get closer to the dungeon launch, so stay tuned. Now let's take a look at some of the finer details on the Sundered Doctrine dungeon race. Details: contest mode will be enabled 48 hours. You will need to be at least 1995 power level to be at the cap for all the encounters. That shouldn't be that hard whenever the new season launches. Assemble a fire team of 3 players and start the Sundered Doctrine dungeon in contest mode from the planet system map. So we won't even have to go pick up a all fire team members must own the final shape dungeon key to acquire the Drowning Labyrinth quest to enter the dungeon, and acquire the Drowning Labyrinth quest to enter the dungeon. I don't know where we're gonna have to pick up that quest. I assume it's gonna be at the next social area, probably from Savathun or one of the envoys in the social area. So this is gonna be pretty cool, very easy to get into. Completion criteria: once the final encounter is complete, the fire team must loot the final chest, or their finish may not be recorded. A team's official finish will be recorded when they loot the final chest. At least 1 member of the fire team must have completed and received loot for every encounter, and it must be the first time completing the activity for all members of the fire team. So if somebody has to leave and come back, as long as 1 member has looted every chest all the way through, then we should be good. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Full details are going to be at this link right here. If you need the link, come over to the Twit and grab it. Contest mode details for the first 48 hours will enable contest mode, ramping up difficulty for brave teams looking to take on the challenge. Contest mode, we know how contest mode works. Contest mode also comes with some extra perks to reward your hard work and excellence. Fire teams that manage to conquer Sundered Doctrine in the contest mode will earn a special emblem and are guaranteed the dungeon exotic weapon drop. So similar thing, exact same thing as the last contest mode dungeon. We get a guaranteed exotic drop as well as an emblem, so that's pretty cool. If contest mode isn't your thing, you won't have to wait too long to have more ways to play. Normal mode will be enabled as soon as the first team completes the contest mode. That way, nobody's getting any extra tips by going through the easy mode and then coming through the contest mode. You can follow the dungeon race Some channels will be live, going to look at other people doing a broadcast of the dungeon race. This is going to be our emblem. Which one is this one? Viewers can obtain this emblem. So this emblem is going to be obtained by viewers watching the race. Look at the worm. That looks sick. Pyramid ships got a little bit of worm. This looks like where the traveler touched down on Mars. Or no, this is the this is what you're looking at out on Mars, right next to Savathun's Throne World, right? And then we have a Heresy's ability update. This is gonna be good for the contest mode. It's gonna be a worm god boss calling it. Bro, imagine if they brought back the big worm from that one strike. What is his name, dude? The humongous worm from that strike. I forgot what his name was. Zol? Yeah, that's right. It was Zol. Remember that strike, dude? That would be sick if we were fighting somebody like Zol. Anyways.
That would be insane.
I digress. This is going to be an awesome dungeon. I can't wait, man. Savathun's Throne World Hive. When's the last time we had a new Hive activity? Brand new Hive activity. Because, I mean, they brought back Crota, Savathun's Throne World. I mean, none of the strikes, well, I mean, none of the raids that came out was a new Hive activity. When's the last time we had a new Hive raid or dungeon besides Ghost of the Deep? I mean, Ghost of the Deep was Hive. That was the Lucent Hive, right? It's been since Ghost of the Deep since we had a really good Hive activity. This is going to be fun.
That would be insane.
Bolt Charge. Okay, new arc verb. Bolt Charge. 3 new aspects are going to be added. Is this going to be all arc? Heresy ability balance. Okay, let's start with the new arc keyword, Bolt Charge, which is featured in some of our new arc aspects. So these are new aspects being added, I assume, strictly to arc. This first word that's going to be featured in a lot of these aspects, I assume one aspect for each class, is going to be Bolt Charge. We've had time to sit with the arc subclasses for some time now and wanted to address a systemic need they had with the reduced number of buffs the damage type has versus others. We wanted to use that space to add something that brought arc a more powerful damage tool, which we felt was missing. However, Bolt Charge is a little different mechanically than our previous ones. Bolt Charge is a positive stacking buff that you build on yourself over time. Once you reach max charge, your next ability attack will unleash a devastating bolt of arc lightning. I assume like similar to Liar's Handshake, combination blow, but maybe at a grander scale. That would be insane. Good for Titans with their arc melees. Maybe we're not using Drenger's Lash as much anymore, even though it does give you the 3 charges for consecration. This could be something that gets added into the rotation. Very cool that everybody's going to have that massive arc explosion. While you have 1 or more stacks from any source, aspects, fragments, weapon perks, whatever, dealing damage with any weapon increases your Bolt Charge stack count. Any weapon. Matching energy type, I would assume it would be an arc weapon, but maybe not. Dealing damage with any weapon. Each time a stack is gained, you gain a chunk of melee energy. At 10 stacks, your Bolt Charge is ready, and any ability damage, arc or otherwise, Consecration Slam with Titan, summons a powerful arc bolt, dealing roughly the same amount of damage as a solar ignition with a smaller area of effect. Different from ignition, though. So you're saying we can Consecration Slam, get the ignition damage, plus Bolt Charge damage? Can we get both at the same time?
That would be insane.
This is going to take some playing. We're going to have to get used to this. Bolt Charge seems like it's going to be crazy. Similar to the Frost Armor to Stasis with the release of the final shape, we have woven Bolt Charge into Arc and Prismatic suites to allow these subclasses to access the new keywords. So Bolt Charge will be Prismatic. So Consecration Titan will be using this. More than likely. It's an aspect. It's going to be part of the aspect. So you don't have to change anything about your build to get this to work. It said it works with any arc or otherwise, and it says any weapon. So I don't think you have to be using arc to get this thing to work. I think it's just going to be a Bolt Charge that's going to be able to stack with your Consecration. This may be something that you use instead of Knockout. This is going to be cool. This is going to be cool. I can't wait to see what this thing does. That's insane. The new arc aspects for Striker Titan and Stormcaller Warlock also feature Bolt Charge. Please refer to the balance pass section below for details. We had fun designing and playing with Bolt Charge.
I assume we're gonna have fun playing with it as well.
The loop of gaining a Bolt Charge stack, building it up through combat, and then receiving a big payoff ties deeply into the fantasy of Arc's momentum-based gameplay, as well as being deeply tied into the Arc ecosystem, which has opened new build crafting options consistent with the other damage types. Okay. Very cool. All right, so Night Stalkers, first on the list. On the Prowl is the new Void aspect. Oh, okay. So on the Prowl is a Void aspect, not an Arc one. Okay, that's kind of weird.
So they hate hunters, once again. That would be insane.
We don't get to play with this new thing. On the Prowl, entering invisibility marks a nearby enemy as a priority target for you and your team. Note this does not enable players to see marked targets through walls in Crucible. Defeating priority target creates a weakening cloud of smoke that makes you and allies invisible when passing through it. That's pretty cool. Honestly, if you're doing a lot of ad clear, and you're going invisible a lot as a hunter, all right? If you're using anything like Assassins or anything like that, if you're doing like a Gear Falcon build, getting those volatile rounds, going back for Stylish Executioner, like you're going invisible a lot. So if you're going invisible, every time you go invisible, you're marking a target as a priority target. If you kill that priority target, which you are during ad clear, you're going to make yourself and others invisible with this cloud of smoke. Pretty cool little extra. It's just something extra, right? Defeating priority targets creates a weakening cloud, also weakens, makes you and your allies invisible when passing through it. When priority targets are defeated, you and nearby allies gain increased weapon reload speed and stability for a short duration, and granted grenade, melee, and class ability energy. So you're getting ability energy off of it. Very cool. Night Stalker has many ways to go invisible, of course, to kick off on the Prowl, including Vanishing Step, Stylish Executioner, so on and so forth, obviously, right? When that happens, a nearby non-boss target, so this doesn't work against bosses, is going to be highlighted. Okay, so we're not working this against bosses. Obviously, it works whenever you kill something, so obviously there's no reason for it to work against bosses anyway, because marking something doesn't give you a damage buff. It's killing them that creates a weakening cloud. So there's not really a reason to buff or to mark the boss anyway. Once the highlighted target has been defeated, you get Successful Hunt. Successful Hunt is a buff that grants weapon, all that stuff that we already said. All right, cool. Let's move on. Storm's Keep, you're up. All right, Storm's Keep is a new class ability focused aspect for Arc Titans that utilize Bolt Charge to its fullest potential. So this is going to be on the Prismatic subclass as well. Storm's Keep is coming to the Prismatic subclass. So if you were a Titan and you were using Consecration and Knockout, you can swap that to using Consecration and Storm's Keep. Okay, Storm's Keep. Cast your class ability to grant a moderate number of Bolt Charge stacks to you and nearby allies. This is going to everybody. Bolt Charge is going to everybody. Titans are going to be the middleman of the pack, giving Bolt Charge to everybody. This is going to be sick. If you are a Titan, stop using the wall. Just use a thruster. Just use a thruster, man. Thrust, give it to everybody, smash. Don't put a wall up in front of everybody's face, man. Or not, because it says while behind your barricade, you and allies gain stacks. So you get more stacks. So this is tough because I don't want a wall whenever I'm doing any activities. I don't want a Titan to put a wall in my face. What do you mean rip Consecration? You get to do it with both. Nobody's going to sit behind a wall, right? Nobody's going to sit behind a wall. So while behind your barricade, you and allies gain stacks of Bolt Charge. If you're doing boss damage, put it behind you maybe. But what are you going to do with Bolt Charge whenever you're doing boss damage? I don't know, right? I would rather have a thruster. Bolt Charge seems like an ad clear thing, ad density thing. I would say I would rather use a thruster in this situation. That's just me. Storm's Keep has a way to get you increase Bolt Charge stacks whenever you cast your class ability, but if you're using a barricade, you can get more stacks by standing behind it. I haven't seen the emblem. They showed the emblem for viewing. They haven't showed the contest mode emblem yet. We wanted to do a few things with this aspect for strikers. We wanted to create an opportunity for barricade to be used offensively, and we wanted to capitalize on what Bolt Charge can provide. We envision strikers pushing forward on the battlefield using their class abilities to cement themselves as the tip of the spear in any fire team. So they're envisioning this as you going up, pushing into a bunch of ads, dropping your shield, and killing everything around you. I can see that. I just don't see how that helps your fire team whenever you drop a shield. That's just me, because it just, especially if we can't shoot through it. Casting Thruster or Barricade will give you and nearby allies a good chunk of Bolt Charge stacks and the melee energy that comes along with Bolt Charge. So you get extra melee energy with Bolt Charge. If you opt into the Barricade version, standing behind the barricade will grant additional stacks over time. Nobody's going to stand in one place. Once you're at full stacks, it really depends on how many stacks it gives you whenever you use your class ability. Is it going to take one class ability and then one more to get max stacks, or is it going to take 3 class abilities to get max stacks, right? Because then you might have to weigh the options. That's pretty cool. Okay, I mean, this is good for Titan. This is gonna be fun. It's definitely good build crafting. You get to do bolt charge and consecration, so you get the ignition damage and the arc overcharge damage. That might be insane. That might be insane. So that's Storm's Keep. Next one is going to be Ionic Sentry. All right, we're going to come out and say it. Everyone loves buddies. We love some arc buddies. Arc Soul was begging for a sibling. Behold, we found one in the Ionic Sentry. Our new art aspect for Stormcaller Warlocks. This is also going to be on Prismatic, guys. Just throwing it out there. They said already it's going to be on the classes themselves and Prismatic. Ionic Sentry, defeating targets with arc buddies or weapons to charge up an Ionic Sentry. So you don't even need to use abilities. You could be using weapons, arc abilities or weapons. So probably arc weapons. Activate Grenade. Deploy a powerful arc turret, which blind on impact and sends out bolts of lightning that can chain nearby enemies. That's a pretty beefy buddy. Grant stacks a bolt charge when it defeats enemies. Warlocks are gonna go insane too. Let's watch this. You just throw the grenade. Look at that big old dude. I mean, that's doing pretty good. Hang on, I didn't even see. Let's see the thruster activate right here. So the shield immediately gave 4. Oh, those stacks go up quick. Hang on, does it automatically send it out? Wait. So he used his ability. As soon as you use your ability, you get 4. You get 4 stacks. And then it immediately starts stacking up. What happens when you hit 10? It immediately did a lightning bolt. That's the bolt charge. We have a 20,000 hit. And then some 13,000s off to the side here. I don't know, man. I don't know. So if you don't have to, if it just does the bolt charge automatically, it may make sense to do a rally barricade during damage phase. Because that's just extra damage. Because it keeps on stacking while the barricade is up. Boom, there's the barricade. He hit 10 stacks in no time. Boom, lightning strike. Bolt charge keeps stacking up again. He's going to get another lightning strike off while they're doing damage. I'd love to see a longer damage phase with that. Because it's just another like 50,000 is what it looked like on top, right? The stacking of the Titan with the bolt charge looks amazing during a damage phase. It seems like it'll add a lot. It looked like it was like at least 50,000 with the extra damage from the, the jolting and the actual bolt charge itself. So it might be worth looking at to use a rally barricade during damage, or put a barricade behind you. That way it's not in the way, something like that, because those bolt charges come up very quick. Ionic Sentry looks really cool. It's just another version of the Arc Buddy, it seems like. And it said kills will give you bolt charge. It doesn't look like it's giving it to anybody else, so that's not good. I mean, Titans seem like the only ones that can really give that to everybody else. It looks like they're adding a lot of this to the Arc Striders as well, stuff like that. We get bolt charge there, killing jolted enemies from Tempest Strike, disorienting blow, gives you bolt charge. They're adding a lot of bolt charge in, so bolt charge is going to be something that is fun to work with. It's just building up stacks until a lightning bolt strikes, so that's pretty cool. A lot of unbreakable changes. All Titan subclasses barricade increased damage resistance versus combatant splash damage while standing behind the barricade from 60 to 80%. Taunt strength and range no longer fall off over time. Why rip Consecration? You're still going to be able to use Consecration with this. Oh, Consecration. There we go. Boom. Reduce Scorch Wave and Slam Wave damage in PvE by 55%. Not just range. Wave and Slam Wave damage by 55%. Damage. They cut it in half. The reason why they probably did this, is because of bolt charge. Because they're going to see you guys using both. And y'all would be unstoppable. 55%
is insane.
That's a lot. Yes, hunters will be able to also get bolt charge from there because you're not using disorienting blow. You're using combination blow and prismatic. So arc roly punchy, you'll be able to get the bolt charge if you're doing a standard arc one. It seems like they're trying to roll everybody away from the prismatic. It seems like they're trying to roll everybody back to the regular subclasses, trying to even it out to where prismatic just does not reign supreme anymore. That's what it seems like they're doing. Hunters did not get a bolt charge aspect. There's 2 people that got a bolt charge aspect. Arc, we got it from our kit right here in Hunters. We didn't get a new aspect for Arc with the bolt charge. We got a Void Hunter one. We got a Night Stalker one. So Titan and Warlock got the actual arc aspects. That's insane. Guys, we're gonna have to replay with our Titan builds and stuff like that. Unfortunately, this is gonna suck, but it may not suck as much as you think, just because we're gonna be getting a lot of kills with that bolt charge. So there's gonna be a lot of lightning strikes going on too. So this is gonna be strange. Consecration, I mean, F's in chat for consecration, dude. That sucks. 55% is a harsh nerf. So we're increasing damage to the chaos reach, non-champion damage in PvE, 20%, 15% storm trance chaos reach, lightning surge removed amplified on cast, now grants stack a bolt charge for enemy hit with lightning surge, increased damage versus PvE combatants by 30. Void walker, nice. They didn't really do much for hunter, right? Arc staff reflecting an attack, nope, don't care. Ascension, disorienting blow. They didn't really do much for the hunters as far as extra damage goes. They just nerfed the Titan and gave the Arc Warlock some more damage. Let's see what they did to all classes. Radiant bonus damage reduced. They're reducing our damage here too. Well of Radiance damage bonus remains unchanged. So Well of Radiance is still going to do the same. Our own Radiance wasn't it 20 for Well? So they made it even. So it doesn't matter which Radiance you have for the extra damage then. You looked at the shader yet? I have not. I looked at the one for viewing, not there's no contest mode. Was it 25% for... It was 25% for Well? I thought it was less. I thought your own Radiance was better than the Well of Radiance. That's why hunters had to stand outside the Well to shoot their golden gun. It was 25 for both. But why were we always standing outside the Well to shoot golden gun? While amplified PvE combatants are now less accurate against you, that's pretty cool. I like that all of these ones that were activated by grenades can now be also activated by bolt charge, so that's pretty cool. Fast to Purpose now grants a stack of bolt charge on orb pickup when an arc super is equipped instead of granting amplified. Very cool. So T-Crash Titans, you're going to get extra bolt charge from orbs as well. As we enjoy the final weeks of Revenant, we have one final celebration. It's a prologue of sorts leading into Heresy, where we get a chance to see what life in the universe is like when there aren't any gods around for us to slay. This time, we spend a few quiet moments with Eris and the Drifter, remembering how far we've come and answering the age-old question, can pineapples bloom on the battlefield? I've never asked that question before. Who's asking that question? If you played Riven's Wishes last year, this is going to be the same thing. Starting January 21st, you can visit the Drifter to pick up quests that will reward special currency called Bento tokens. Man, let's go. Those tokens can be exchanged for some, if we do say ourselves, pretty snazzy rewards over at Eris. Throughout the event, you'll have the chance to earn a total of 8 Bento tokens, so spend them wisely. Let's check out what you'll be grabbing for them. Spoils of Conquest. You can get currency. Guys, there's currency. You can get currency anywhere else. I mean, if you're spending these Bento tokens on any of this currency, I'm gonna slap you, dude. Don't spend it on any of this currency. Mementos, maybe, but they're giving out Cloud Strike. They're giving out a Cataphract. They're giving out Horror's Leaks, Riptide, Artifice Armor. Easy way to get Artifice Armor. A lot of cool things here. I don't know if that's God Roll Cataphract, but Cataphract GL's pretty cool. Ignis Hammer's pretty cool. If you don't have Cloud Strike, it's kind of a tedious farm. So if you don't have it, that might be a cool one to spend on, but that's 3 of your 8 tokens. That's a lot of tokens to give on something that you could very easily farm in game. These ones are 1 token a piece for a fixed roll. This isn't the God Roll or Riptide, so there's no way they're just giving out the God Rolls then, because I don't know why you'd want Compulsive Reloader. You'd probably want auto loading. Okay, anyways. Oh, Chatterwhite Shader. Okay, so those are the things that you can get from the event. Like I said, don't spend it on any currency. You're gonna get slapped. Don't do that. Mementos, I can understand. I can understand mementos if you don't need anything on this list, which really I don't. I'll probably be grabbing a bunch, 8 mementos. Chatterwhite Shader. To make this even sweeter, once you have turned in 5 Bento tokens, you'll gain access to something as precious and pale as the moon. That's right, the Chatterwhite Shader is coming back as a reward for participating in this event. Chatterwhite, for those of you that don't know, was the OG Vault of Glass shader. They have never done a white shader better. They gave us Super Black. Give us our Chatterwhite. I still rock it in D1 to this day. It is my shader in D1 actively as we speak. This is the shader. Can't change my mind. Festival of the Lost armor voting results. Titans got the Slasher. Who would have thought, dude? Who would have thought? Of course, Titans want their Jason mask. Hunter's got the Spectre. This looks dope. I don't know about the roses on the shoulders, but this looks pretty cool. And of course, Warlock's got the Spectre. Very cool. This is the Warlock right here, man. I wanted my ghost face. Well, the good news is you're going to be able to get both because, guys, at the end of the day, we voted on these, but they already told us. They already told us that we're going to be getting the other ones after we voted. So the other ones will be available too. These are just the first ones you get. Game to Give 2025. Like I said, we are going to be a feature creator on this. January 31st, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Dramatic music. Wait, what? Kelsfall, our latest exotic mission, has a ton going for it. Story beats, a conclusion to the Revenant storyline, some amazing conversations between characters. Although we still think Aramis was very rude to Varix. And of course, our latest exotic weapon slayer's Fang. But many of you have focused on a very specific aspect of the mission, the Skorgan, or the organ that you can play. We loved it so much that we have something for our more musically inclined guardians. You guys can make tunes. Look at this. Oh, they have all these tunes, man. We love that. Nice. So we're gonna be able to put your name in the hat for the hashtag Destiny 2 Skorgan, and they're gonna draw some winners. If you're one of the winners, future today, or plan on submitting entries in the future, make sure you reply with your Bungie name so we can grant you your emblem. So you can get an emblem for doing this as well. Slayer saying self-damage updates, a couple more quality of life updates. Big news this week is it was our Malachi is on there, was he? Well, I mean, we already saw him. Obviously, I already saw it on Twitter. There he is.
Guys.
Very awesome stuff. We have a new dungeon coming out. There's gonna be a new contest mode for the dungeon. 48 hours of contest mode. We're going to be in it. Bungie's Game to Give, January 31st. We're going to be in that too. We have a dungeon race coming. All right. The new dungeon is called Sundered Doctrine. All right. It's going to be coming out February 7th. There's going to be a contest mode for the first 48 hours. After the first team completes the contest mode, then the normal version of the activity will be available. There is the emblem. This is going to be the viewer obtained emblem right here for watching the stream. Very cool emblem. We have some ability updates. Bolt charges coming into the mix. They have nerfed our consecration, or they are going to be nerfing our consecration, but they are giving us some extra ways to do damage. Rest in peace, consecration titan, man. It's gonna suck. That's gonna be a big hit of 55%. You don't want to see that, but we'll see how it works whenever we get the new stuff going. We got a new, almost like Riven's Wishes. We're going to be getting a new activity with the Drifter and Eris for some Bento tokens, so you can buy not currency, because you can get this any other time. Go grab something that's a little bit more difficult to get. Mementos, weapons, and armor, or else I'm going to slap you. All right. And we have our Festival of the Lost voting results. Slasher Titan, Spectre for the Hunter, and the Warlock. It was beautiful. Game to Give, like I said, January 31st, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there, be square. That's the tweet. If you enjoyed the video or found it informative, please make sure you like, comment, share it with a friend, follow, and subscribe depending on which platform you're on. And we'll see you in the next one.